In the chaos of modern life, endless notifications, toxic relationships, uncertain careers, one question quietly haunts us. Why am I suffering so much? It's easy to blame the outside world, bad luck, bad people, bad timing. But over 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor offered a very different answer. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and he believed that suffering isn't caused by events themselves but by our judgment of those events. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." You know, it's a pretty radical idea, but suffering is not something the world does to us. Instead, it's something we create in our own minds. Marcus wasn't just a philosopher. He ruled the Roman Empire during wars, plagues, and personal losses. And while most rulers sought power and pleasure, Marcus sought inner peace. He kept a personal journal, now known as Meditations, where he wrote down private reflections on how to live a calm, moral, and meaningful life in a world full of uncertainty. His philosophy? Stoicism, a way of thinking that teaches us to accept what we can't control, master our emotions, and live in alignment with reason and virtue. According to Marcus, most suffering comes not from what happens to us, but from how we interpret what happens. Let's say you lose your job. One person might see it as a complete failure, a personal attack, proof that they're worthless. Another might see it as an opportunity to start fresh. So, here's the thing. Same event, but two completely different responses. The suffering isn't really in the job loss itself, it's in the story we tell ourselves about the job loss. Marcus wrote, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." Now, just to be clear, he's not saying to ignore real pain. Stoics felt pain like anyone else, but they believed we must not add unnecessary mental suffering on top of what life already gives us. Here's where Stoicism gets deep. Marcus believed that we are not our thoughts or emotions. We are the observer behind them. He encouraged people to step back, breathe, and say, "That's just anger, that's just fear. It's not who I am." This mental separation gives us power. If you can recognize a thought as just a thought, you can choose how to respond. This is the heart of Stoicism, and where most people go wrong in life. Marcus constantly reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. You can't control what people say about you, whether it rains tomorrow, or whether someone betrays you. But you can control what you focus on, how you speak to yourself, whether you act with courage or fear. Suffering happens when we try to control what is outside our control. Let's fast forward to now, when someone ghosts you after a date, when your post gets no likes, when you fail an interview. Ask yourself, is it the event that hurts, or what I've made it mean? You might be assigning pain where none is required. And that's exactly what Marcus would warn against. He wrote, "External things are not the problem, it's your assessment of them. And this you can erase right now." That's not denial, that's freedom. Here are 3 practical ways to follow Marcus Aurelius today. First, pause before reacting. When something upsets you, just wait a moment. Ask yourself, is this worth getting upset about? Will it matter in 5 years? Second, journal like Marcus. Start or end your day by writing your thoughts, not just what happened but how you interpreted it. This builds awareness of your mental habits. And third, embrace discomfort. Don't avoid hard things. Stoics believe that facing fear and pain builds strength. They trained themselves to live simply so they wouldn't fear losing comfort. Marcus Aurelius didn't live in a monastery. He wasn't some guru on a mountain. He was a man running an empire, leading armies, burying children, and confronting his own mortality. And yet he chose peace of mind over power. He chose reason over reaction. And most importantly, he chose not to suffer over what he couldn't control. So the next time life punches you in the gut, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, is this pain real, or just my reaction to it? Because as Marcus taught, your suffering ends where your control begins. For more timeless Stoic wisdom, subscribe and begin mastering your mind.